Hi, my name is Chris Dailey. I'm from Wall Township, New Jersey, and a rising sophomore at the University of Notre Dame. I just transferred, just got in about a week ago from Holy Cross College across the street. I am so excited, and I want to share to you today my Notre Dame story. There are times in life when you find yourself trekking down an uncertain path, and you have to constantly remind yourself why you even started your journey in the first place. That's been my story this past year as I went to Holy Cross College in pursuit of accomplishing my lifelong dream of attending the University of Notre Dame. Each and every day while biking across the street to Notre Dame, whether it be to study, participate in student media, eat at the dining halls, or just spend time listening to the echoes, I'd think back to why I'm here. And for me, that all starts with my papi. You see, growing up, I come from a big Irish-American family, and my papi was at the heartbeat of it all. He was as loyal of a man as you'll ever meet. He was quick to crack a joke and had an uncanny ability to inspire others. However, as he grew older, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Slowly but surely, Parkinson's took its toll on my pop's physical condition. Throughout the years, I saw him start to struggle to walk, then talk, and then eventually struggle to eat. Parkinson's was a long and cruel battle my papi faced, but through it all, there was one thing that could light him up like nothing else. That was the University of Notre Dame. As a kid, I'd always spend time watching Notre Dame games with my papi and reading to him all the news that I found in the blue and gold magazines. During a tough stretch in 6th grade when I was bedridden for 2 months as my gallbladder randomly stopped working, I spent my days at my papi and nanny's house while both of my parents were at work. It was then that my papi told me how he listened to Notre Dame games on the radio as a little kid. He told me about the lore of Notre Dame legends, specifically his favorite, Johnny Lujack. He even mentioned to me how since there were no jerseys for sale at the time, his mother knitted him a sweater with the Notre Dame emblem on it. Papi became a football star in high school, but he didn't attend Notre Dame. Rather, Pop stayed local and played soccer at Seton Hall. He then served in the military before meeting my grandmother and raising his family. I remember showing my papi a video on YouTube titled The Adventures of Johnny Lujack. Even when his memory was fading, he was able to talk about Notre Dame football teams and legends of old, such as Lujack, like it was yesterday. My junior year of high school, Papi passed away, but before he passed, I'm blessed to say that we got to watch Notre Dame reach the college football playoffs, and I was able to just listen and hear so many more amazing stories of his. It was seeing my papi be laid to his eternal rest that I knew that attending the University of Notre Dame was no longer just a goal. It was a necessity. I had to do whatever it took to realize this shared dream because even in his most terrible hours where he was hallucinating and couldn't no longer walk on his own, Pops was always at every single game of mine and always giving me a helping hand when I needed it the most. There was just one small issue. Despite raising $19,000 for the fight against childhood cancer at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital through a large soccer fundraiser I organized and interviewing over 300 professional athletes for a YouTube channel I created, my grades were just simply not good enough. I finished 70th in a class of over 220 kids in high school, and I was deferred, then rejected by Notre Dame. But through it all, I did not give up. Upon reading the rejection letter, my internal fire to go to Notre Dame burned as bright as ever. I decided to attend Holy Cross College, right across the street from Notre Dame, even though I had barely seen the school except for a small glimpse in the movie Rudy. That decision proved to be the best of my life. The leaders at Holy Cross took true care in who I am, and President Clark and Provost Griffin became inspirations to me in how to lead with integrity. They also picked me up when I was down, like quite literally down. At the end of semester 1, after waiting for 7 hours in a freezing cold line with the South Bend snow hitting the ground, I won the raffle to be the kicker on College Game Day, live on ESPN. With $1 million on the line, my plant foot slid as I fell in front of millions watching on national television and thousands more crowded beneath the eyes of Touchdown Jesus. Having made that same kick before, I was pretty devastated afterwards. And in that time, both the leaders at Holy Cross and my parents gave me great advice and told me to rely on God in this moment rather than the despair that I was feeling. Rather than turn away from God, I leaned on the strength and the grace of God evermore, and that truly lifted me up when I was down. Through the rest of the school year, I went to the grotto just about every day. I thought of my papi and his love for Notre Dame. I thought of all the sacrifices he made to provide my family with a great life, and I thought about his overwhelming love for us all. Those moments of reflection allowed me to hunker down and maintain a 4.0 GPA. On top of that, I was actively involved with everything student media at the University of Notre Dame. It announced over 20 athletic events for both WVFI student radio and Fighting Irish media on ESPN+. I also wrote 30-plus articles for The Observer and The Scholastic and became a sports analyst on Notre Dame TV. I fully immersed myself into the culture of Notre Dame. I could really see why my pops loved it so much. Lou Holtz said it best when he stated, "For those who know Notre Dame, no explanation is necessary. For those who don't, no explanation will suffice." At the end of the school year, I sent in my application to transfer to Notre Dame. Through the will of God, I was accepted as a second-year student. The day I opened the letter, surrounded by my family, was one of the best days of my life. I felt my poppy's presence just overflow as I went to my nanny's house to tell her the good news. I spoke to my poppy quietly that night, and I told him, we did it. Notre Dame is a place like none other, and I can't thank the university enough. I'll forever be indebted to Notre Dame, and I'm going to do everything I can to pay the university back. These next 3 years, I plan to make an impact like I've always done. I aim to become the sports editor of The Observer, announce over 100 sporting events, and give campus tours, making sure to inspire those prospective students who were in similar shoes to mine. Beyond college, my goal is to continue working for the Savannah Bananas, who I started working for this summer, and eventually serve as the president of the United States Soccer Federation. But to get there, I need help. My dad owns a small solar panel installation business, and my mom is a lunch lady at a nearby public school. Together, they've raised 5 kids. I'm the 4th out of the 5, and it's hard to pay for college. I'm not asking for a full ride, but rather just a bit of support. Every dollar helps ease the financial burden of college, both on myself as I'm working tirelessly to contribute, and to my family. It also brings me closer to really living out this shared dream that spans back 3 generations. This dream is rooted in love for Notre Dame's Catholic tradition, long-standing history, and the loyalty of family. Thank you so much for watching this video if you made it this far. I can't thank you enough, and any help would be greatly appreciated to actualize this dream of mine and my poppy's that stems back all the way to the 1940s. He was the greatest man I've ever met, and to see out this dream, to become the first Dailey to ever officially be a Notre Dame student just means everything to me. We're all, diehard Notre Dame fans, of course, and the whole family is very happy for me, but there is that issue now in the back of my mind about how to afford Notre Dame. It's going to be an uphill challenge for my family, and any help that I could get would be beyond appreciated, both by myself and my family. I promise to do everything when I step on to Notre Dame's campus this August to be a force for good, both on campus and in the world beyond. I'm so excited to step foot on campus. I'm just waiting till August right now. It's going to be a great summer, of course, but really waiting till August. And thank you so much again for watching this video. God bless you all, and make sure to play like a champion today.